Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Angelo, the founder and CEO at Zakeke. Hello.
Hello. Well, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for joining our podcast, Angelo. Please tell us what is Zakeke.
Oh, Zakeke is like a visual platform. It's an AI visual platform that enables merchants to offer an experience to manage in 2D, 3D, AR, and try on to give the experience to the customer to interact with the product, customize it, and then the merchant has the possibility to have the right output for his back office activities and operation.
Okay. What do you see is the biggest problem that you solve?
Yeah, there are many problems that we solve in general because our platform is agnostic
Mm-hmm.
in front of which kind of product is. So it depends what you do. For example, if you are, a shoes producer, for example, we can
Yep.
solve a lot of problems for them. The back office, we can become the 3D catalog so they can save money for sample. And on the other side, they can offer a better experience to their agents around the world. In the front end, the same industry can solve the problem to interact with customers, show the shoes in AR, show the shoes on your foot, and probably if you have the possibility to make some configuration, you can do this directly online. In a
Nice.
different field, like, for example, web to print Word, the problem that you can solve is totally different. Maybe you can save a lot of time in your operation, transforming an offline process in an online process for your channel. So there are many problems that we can solve. It depends many times from the industry that is using Zakeke at the moment.
Right. And who would you say are your ideal customers or who needs to use Zakeke?
Everyone, yeah, that's true. That everyone needs a piece of visual layer inside the future experience for their customers. I think that in 10 years we will not have any website online without a piece of this experience embedded in the customer journey. But sure, there are some industry now that ready more than the others. But what I can see looking at our customer, we have more than 1,000 customers all around the world in 400 different industries. And so what I think that this wave is growing up in any sector.
And when you're talking about it, we are talking about e-commerce, right?
Yeah, sure. E-commerce, sure.
Nice.
E-shop. Yeah,
Okay.
when I say websites, I say an e-shop. Yeah, sure.
Yes. Just so people understand.
Yeah.
And do you
But
have
the
a favorite?
platform can be used in a B2B channel too, in a get a quote system, and inside the physical stores too. So we are an omni-channel
That's great.
platform. It's not only for the e-commerce.
That's great. That's great. Do you have a success story that you can share with us and how a company improved some metrics or what are the results?
Yeah, sure. We have a lot of incredible story to share with you. Yeah, for example, uh, Armani Group has used us to create the 3D catalog for shoes, and they have saved more than 7,000 euro year by year for samples. Okay. We have a lot of customers in the gadget industry that they have made 3 times the conversion rate. Um, they have doubled the average size. They've saved 70% of the operation cost in the back office for managing the setup part
Mm-hmm.
of the process. Uh, we have incredible stories of, for example, we have in the United States someone that is used to sell hooves as though they have during the COVID they have started to send an incredible number of these hooves without the needs of people to visit their physical stores because they use
Mm-hmm.
AR to see the hooves in the garden, for example. No, so
Nice.
yeah, we have a lot of stories. There's a number of interview on our website where you can see many, many
Yep.
guys that can make a, to be witness of what Zakeke is for their companies.
For sure. Did the pandemic have a positive impact on the business?
Yeah,
Did that
sure,
accelerate
sure.
growth?
Sure. Generally, is there are two big impact. One is saving cost and the back office. And what I say always is that when you are going to save costs are certain. So when you cut the cost, you are getting money.
Yeah.
Second, in general, the conversion rate, the engagement with the brand, everything grows more than 30%. But there are some use case where this growth was 400%. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have everyone is happy when they use it because the cost of the platform is, is a portion of the new revenue that you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And how about the pricing? How much does the platform cost?
Yeah, the platform has a price that works for everyone. Now we have two kind of plans. There are some plans that start from some 20 euros by month plus 1.9% of the product sold.
Mm-hmm.
And there is then some other plans like this for everyone. So you pay in front of what you are gaining. On the other side, then for the big companies, we have some specific plans for corporate where we offer a cloud dedicated services. We offer an account based management. In this case, the fixed cost becomes more just because there is a piece of services that is not useful for the 95% of the other customers around the world.
And I love to know if you have some competitors in the space and how tough is the market and how is Zakeke different than the rest.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, sure, there's no market without competitors. So every one of us has a competitor when start doing something in the business. But first of all, I think that one of the things that we do, we are really a self-provisioning platform. So we have an enormous number of customers in front of many other competitors, and the most part of them are very happy. So my idea is that our product has the flexibility to fit the market better than our competitor. And some of our competitors work only in a small piece of the visual experience. So one is only a
Mm-hmm.
3D configurator, someone is only 2D configurator, someone is only an AR viewer, or maybe someone is not only a try-on provider. But my idea is that this technology have to work together inside one only platform, because when you start using different tools for making this thing together, it doesn't work.
And
So I
what is
think
the
that,
founding? Yeah.
so my opinion is that one of the really competitive advantage of Zakeke is that you can provide a full services inside one platform.
And what is the founding story of the company?
Yeah, the story was funded by me and my co-investor Alvise. We are, serial entrepreneur. We have created different companies in our life, and we sold to some multinational company in the past. After that, we raised around 3.5 million at the moment. Plus, we have some aid from banks for other 2 millions. And this is the story. And with a small enough amount of money, we've done a lot of, a lot of things, and we are very happy to gain the brand awareness that at the moment we have in this market.
Nice, nice. And when did you start the company exactly?
We
In
started
what year?
6 years ago.
And how big is the team now?
The team now is we are 43 person. Then we have bought another company with another 12 person inside.
Oh wow! So you actually bought a company.
Yeah, just one. But sooner or later we'll buy someone else.
Nice. And why did you acquire them? If you can share,
Sorry? Well,
why did you decide to acquire them? If you can
I
share this
decided to acquire.
information.
Yeah, sure, I can do that because they made a small piece of software dedicated to the 3D dam,
Mm-hmm.
and because to make a 3D dam was in our strategy, I say, okay, if they have done it, or we can integrate directly in the platform, we can save time and money, and so we bought them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So as a startup, you managed
Yeah,
to acquire another
yeah,
company.
yeah. These other companies was a startups too, but was
Yeah.
focused on this small part of the business. And so I think that it could be better for them to be acquired by us, so they can develop bigger market
Yeah.
for their product.
For sure, that's a great story. And the majority of team is based out of Europe.
No, the majority of team is based in Italy.
Oh, directly in Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
our customers are all around the world. With
yeah.
95% of our revenue comes from outside of Italy, 40% United States and Canada, 35% Europe, and the rest of part from the other part of the world. We have customers in 135 different countries, but the team is based in Italy. My idea is that when you wanna do software, you know, a complicated software, it's better to don't have too much outsourcing and people offshore, because the risk is that at a certain point you're going to lose the real control of your platform.
And do you think you found the product market fit?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there are some other small things that we can do to be better. Sure, for sure in the next years we have to do everything better, because competition is competition. But we are very happy on the route where we are, and now we have one a very a very nice. We have like a big grant in the United States for we won prize for the best retail tech software for using AI inside the platform. So we are investing a lot of in how AI can help our customer to make the job better inside the platform. And we have released a lot of nice tools. And I think that this part could be part of the next steps of competition in front of the other. We want to save time and we want to help our customer to make incredible things in the simplest way as possible.
That's wow. And what did you say was your biggest challenge since starting the company?
Oh, the big challenge, first of all, it was to create the right team. Find the right person for doing the right job is not simple. It's always, it's always a job that, day by day you have to do the job. But to create the core of the team is not simple. It was the big challenge. I think it's the most important things that you have to do when you start a company like this.
And do you have some lessons learned that you can share with your journey, specifically for Zakeke? I know you're a serial entrepreneur and already
Yeah,
did
so
many mistakes, but maybe for this particular company, something that you learned.
yeah, what I learned is that it's really difficult to create a company starting from zero and with a global approach from the day one. So this is difficult in terms of culture, in terms of energy, in terms of, the capacity to understand how things are different around the world and to manage this complexity. On the other side, the lesson is that what you can do, what you can imagine you can do. So, Zakeke is typical. I was in another different business before Zakeke. My company was in the ticketing space, so totally different.
Yeah.
6 years ago, I didn't know anything about this market. I feel only that there is a big possibility of change. So I've seen an opportunity, but my team and I, we have learned during the journey. So my lesson is that when you have a clear idea that there is an opportunity and you see a market, let's try without thinking about how you are prepared for that, because you can be you can learn, you can take the right people, you can grow fastly the knowledge of your company to fight in that market. And that's what we
Yes,
have done.
that's very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. How did you find your first customers?
Oh, my first canvas comes by his own, because fortunately 95% of our customer comes by their own on in the platform. So when we have published the first plugin for the platform, the first customers comes. It was simple.
And today, is still is this the main go-to-market strategy that you're using? People
This
come
is
inbound.
this is the main go-to-market strategy for the self-provisioning. There's another
Hmm.
part of the market that is done, from medium, and big companies that in general have different stakeholder in the channel. So they have an
Yeah,
IT consulting company, maybe they have an agency, maybe they have a staff dedicated for that, and this kind. The purchase journey is totally different. There are many stakeholders in the meanwhile, and so what we are doing is that we are growing our indirect channel done by agency, consulting company, big file like Accenture, many others for big project, and what. And this is the second part of the go-to-market strategy.
Thanks for sharing. How about the vision for the future of Zakeke? What do you think?
Oh, I think that the company will grow fastly in the next years. We are looking for the next investors, and I think that next years we're going to make a round, and we want to do that with an international investors that it could be a partner for a long-term journey till the exit.
And would this be a Series B?
Now it would be, I see a Series A, maybe a Series A plus.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the country what is plus or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
the size is different if the investor is from United States or from Germany or from Poland. Yeah,
For sure. For sure.
sure.
I'm curious now how you started your career. Let's say when you're in your 20s, if you can share your journey along the way until
Yeah,
today.
when I started as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
oh, I don't know exactly which is the right moment, but what I've done is I always worked by my own. I started making a disc jockey with a DJ when I was 14. Then I've organized a lot of parties when I was at university, and it is the way to gain money at that time. When I finished university, I became a consulting, and after 2 years of consulting, I created my first system integrator company. That I've sold this company 6 years, 7 years later to a bigger system integrator because I decided that I want to create product, and so I created a ticketing company, and I've sold to a multinational company 11 years later, and it was a big deal. And then I bought startups in the ticketing, but in the cinema ticket that was a totally another market, and I've transformed this company in the leader in Italy, and I've sold to a media company too. And after that, I create Zakeke, and in the meanwhile, I have different investment in many other startups in Italy, in Europe, and someone outside of Europe too. So I transform my activity a bit of business angel on one side, and on the other side now I'm concentrated on the growth of Zakeke.
That's amazing. So you did 4 exits?
3 exits.
3 exits and
The
5
fourth have to
businesses.
be Zakeke. We are working for the next. Yeah, but we need, I think that it will be in 3-4 years. It's not now. It's not now the right moment.
This is a great journey. And what would be your best piece of advice for a starting 20-year-old or to yourself when you're just starting out?
Don't think too much. Don't make too much calculation. People many times need to plan too much. I think that when you have some, clear metrics in your mind, you say, okay, there is a problem. I have an idea how to solve it. And there is a market, let's start. Because many times there's a lot of, thinking about strategy, whatever. But if you don't start, you are talking about philosophy. When you start, you learn really what's going on. Sometimes it's better in front of what you have planned. Sometimes it's worse. But, when you start the journey, you start really making something for your future success.
So just do it.
Just do it, yeah. Don't think too much.
Nice.
Do
and
learn.
I have one last question for you, Angelo.
Yeah.
What's your favorite software that you use apart from Zakeke?
Maybe I think that Rike is a useful software inside our company. Yeah, it's a software. Yeah, it's a SaaS company too, and it's useful for managing tasks, for planning in general.
Yes. Okay, those are my main questions. If you have anything else to share on the podcast, this would be the moment.
Now, the only things that I can share is not to be positive, looking at the future when you make this business, even if sometimes there are black night. yeah, always the sun comes up the next day.
Thank you so much, Angelo. You are a great entrepreneur, a great example, and I think you're an inspiration. I'm happy to do this podcast. And maybe next year you can join our event and win the Founder of the Year award because you totally deserve it. But I'll tell you more details after the
Yeah,
podcast.
sure.
Thank you so much.
It will be a pleasure. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.